am I saying? Guys, what's up? All right, how you guys doing? I'm at Laugh Factory. It's Maya DiGiorgio. I'm trying to do some kind of podcast type thing. Hey, Renee, could you give me a little more audio in my headphones? Darling. How is everybody? I know I have way too much headroom, but I don't have the right stand, okay? I'm here at Laugh Factory with comedian Matt Lewis. And I'm excited to be back for another podcasting day.
Back in LA.
I still need more heat in my headphones, darling. So this is what happens. People usually want to, they go, here's normal sound, here's sound for black people trying to podcast. I have rapper ears. And when you have rapper ears, you require things nice and hot. Yeah, I'm going to be deaf in about 5 years, but I sound resonatingly strong, and that's exactly what I want. So anyway, I'm finally going live, and I'm excited to have Matt Lewis with me here. You can see him on the live on Facebook and on the live on other things. I don't know how we set it up, but anyway, I'm just excited. I actually made it to the camera.
Yes.
I have been fighting on like which technology, which phone, which I'm like, I look great on TikTok. There's like a quarter of me on Instagram. I think it's just my eye is going live on Instagram. But you know what? Maybe I'll put a bunch of words on all this headspace that's happening up here. I got about like one more week, I will have this technology down. Just give me one more. I'm out of town next week, so
bear with us. Bear with us.
Anyway, welcome to my. Well, it was the Maya show.
Yes, it was.
Now we're trying to change it. We're trying to come up with another name. What are we calling it? I forgot. Was it
authentic?
The authentic or authentic.
Authentic.
So should it be the authentic? Should it be authentic?
Authentic.
Should it be the authentic Maya D?
Mm-hmm.
Or should it just be authentic? I guess authentic. Just a lot of words. Sometimes I type in authentic and I'm looking at it and I'm happy it has an A because podcasts are good when they start with A.
Yeah.
You know, you get the top of the list.
Top of the alphabet.
Top of the alphabet list.
Yeah.
But then I see so many U's. I start saying A, U. I'm dyslexic. It looks like euthanasia. You know what I mean?
We're not going. This is not what this is going to be about.
Not what this is about.
I hope it's not what it's going to be about.
It's not what it's going to be about. I do have very sad news of death in the family. In fact, I hate talking about it live because I don't know if everyone in my family actually knows, but the cousin hamster, because I'm a hamster guinea pig. I don't want to disrespect a guinea pig that has made it to 11, but it looks like Miles has met his last mile.
He's at the final mile.
He's at the final mile. You
Okay.
know, he's on that big treadmill in the sky. I don't know what happens to hamsters when they die. You know, I have an aunt who's Korean, and so she's a Buddhist, and she said she's been chanting for when her dog passed, that the dog would actually come back as a person in his next life, that he would upgrade. That's what she was saying. So maybe there's a shot that Miles, the guinea pig, may come back as a dog.
There's a possibility.
Yeah, because I think dogs are higher up the, I don't want to say food chain, but dogs are a little higher. Higher, maybe. I don't know if you can go from guinea pig to person.
Yeah.
I don't know if you go from hamster to guinea pig, but that would make sense. I could live with that. You could go from hamster to guinea pig. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm grieving, clearly.
It's definitely it's
rest in
rattled you.
peace to the 10-year-old family guinea pig that has seen a lot. He's been around the world. He's seen a lot of stuff. So I'm very happy for you.
He's a well-traveled.
He's a well-traveled guinea pig. I was on the road this week.
Hartford, Connecticut.
I was in Hartford. I wish you were with me, Matt. Matt would have been a great feature to have with me. I did have a wonderful feature, but it's great when you travel with your friends, you know. And it would have been interesting because it would have had another person with a brain there who would have been like, no, don't order from that falafel place. Because it's not a real falafel place. It was like I had nickel falafels. I should call them. No. You know how they got silver dollar pancakes?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like silver dollar. It was like nickel falafels. And it was supposed to be. Now here's the thing. I'm an East Coast person. Clearly East Coast person. You know, and I've been very excited. I'm like, got to go back to Connecticut. I went to high school in Connecticut. I went to high school in Greenwich. You know, so I'm like, this is going to be fantastic. And I get off the plane at like 11:30. I'm like, oh great, I'm going to a place. It's going to be hard to get food.
11:30 at night. Yeah.
11:30 at night.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, it was impossible to do anything. It was cold. It was rainy. It was raining the entire time. Like I don't miss the rain.
It's like horror movie weather.
It was horror movie. It made me kind of turn into a bougie Californian, you know.
Dude.
Because there's also this weird thing that happens in California, like we don't believe in umbrellas. I don't think true Southern Californians believe in umbrellas because, I had one umbrella because it rained last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I got an umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I've been storing this secret umbrella.
Yeah.
Like I felt like the most prepared Californian, like, the one last umbrella from New York. It was obviously from the $1 guy.
Oh, the 99-cent store
Yeah,
umbrella?
it was the lightest rain. I didn't even make it to Best Buy without the whole thing falling off. There's one thing for the thing to go flip, 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 flip when there's wind. There was like no wind. The whole thing collapsed. The handle fell off. And I looked like the cheapest person ever because I'm literally trying to hold this umbrella together with like the handle is crunched into my hand. That's like you're like crunch and then you're like throw it away. And then everyone's like in California, did she just litter? Like meanwhile you could rob somebody, it's like nobody cares. But like, did she just litter? Yeah. So I threw it over my shoulder, hit a rescue dog that was yet to be rescued. Everyone hated me. The police tried to stop me. Just kidding. But but that's exactly what that's
Mm-hmm.
So I had no umbrella because I didn't believe in an umbrella.
Yeah.
It was I was in a little bit of torture, a little bit of pain. No food. Everything I ate, I forgot. They don't know how to do salads, and I was always like, I'm not a salad person. I'm like, why am I not a salad person? Hold on a second. I got a Karen who was not was trying to call through in the middle of all this and throwing off the feed. I have a Karen. I have one of my best friends is named Karen. I love Karen. She interrupted the live feed, but I love Karen. But let me tell you something. Karen is she's a Karen, but she's a Karen for good.
Yes. A good one. One of the good ones. She's one of the good Karens.
She's one of the good Karens.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
She saved this week.
Oh, she did. She completely saved this week. Even though she will not stop calling back and she's throwing off the entire feed. Because she's a Karen, so she just has to keep calling. So like anybody if I have to signal to the people on Instagram, if you're trying to get through just the connection and they're gonna throw me off. Like Instagram's like, we're gonna throw you off. I'm like, because Karen is calling. Like, oh, we're sorry. We'll just wait and keep the feed going because we understand that Karen is trying to call through. When she calls, everyone must stop. But God bless her. They were not going to cancel my flights.
Yeah, trouble with American.
American Airlines, and there was another one, Avelo.
Yeah, another one. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were like, they don't want to give up a flight ever because they got like 3 people flying at Avelo. So like, you better turn in some family members. We're coming to the funeral home before you get to cancel a ticket, person. We want our 69 cents back for that flight. It's like, you only take that weird. Anyway.
Yeah.
No, they wouldn't cancel it. And I said, the only reason why I had to cancel going to Florida to drop off my dog.
Yeah, it wasn't your choice.
It wasn't. I was going to go. I was ready to get on a plane to Miami, go see Dad, drop off the pooch.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. Hurricane coming through.
An act of God.
Act of God.
Yes.
But they were like, well, the act of God didn't happen yet. And sometimes hurricanes take a left. I said, this doesn't change. I still got to go to Hartford.
But they still canceled flights.
They got to cancel the flight, but that's not a problem. We didn't technically cancel the flight yet. We told you it's a warning. Well, what's the warning for? The warning should be like, I rebooked American.
Yeah.
I rebooked American.
Keeping the money with the same company.
They're like, well, you didn't pay for the extra bonus thing, so that means, I'm like, it's act of God. You guys are telling me you're going to cancel the flight.
Exactly.
Well, until we cancel it, doesn't mean anything. That it might have missed this airport.
It's still your choice.
We're still going to fly into the, it was like, it was crazy still. So anyway, I talked to like 5 people. No one's going to cancel.
Oh, you were zapped
I
that
was
day.
zapped
You were
out.
zapped that day.
You thought I was depressed today.
Yeah.
You thought I was depressed today over Miles the guinea pig.
Yeah.
You have no idea what it was like for me to go, I was so mad. I was like, I'm never flying American. I even thought about going back to Spirit. I thought about going back to Spirit Airlines just for that, just because of that.
Broken Spirit.
Broken Spirit Airlines.
Yes.
That's why I went with American,
Yeah.
was to avoid Broken Spirit Airlines.
Yeah.
But anyway, so... And after talking to everyone, I said, absolutely not. This is our policy. You are not changing this flight. Mystery call, Karen calls me back. I got your money back. I was like, what? She got my money back. She literally did. So, all the people out there who like to talk about Karens, you want to talk about Karens? Karen has saved my life. You get a Karen when you get like, a crazy ex-boyfriend or something who's trying to mess with you. They ain't going to mess with your Karen. That Karen will she will make sure things get handled.
Like a security guard, kind of.
She's like, I don't know. She often says, I'm a Jew and a genie at the same time. So she's got the power. I don't know who. I think she should rent out her services.
Yeah.
She really should. She'd make a fortune. If she taught, you need a Karen in the world to be like, listen, I'm going to teach you how to stand up for yourself.
Absolutely.
It's the misguided Karens.
Yeah.
It's the Karens in the South.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. Yeah.
Is her
Wow.
name Karen Bell or Karen Lou or Karen May? You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I think it's the middle name of the Karen that you have to explore, because sometimes I'm telling you, we had a couple Karens,
Mhm.
joining Black Lives Matter.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, so much would get done.
Mm.
That's sometimes you need a little bit of Karen there.
The
you know?
manager would get spoken to immediately.
The manager would get spoken to immediately. Who is managing this country? Hello, can I speak to the manager? So anyway, oh, thank you. Someone threw me a little mini crown on my head, so that's cool. I was just chilling with that on
You gotta-
TikTok.
you
With
gotta-
TikTok,
you gotta-
Instagram is like they've given up on me. I don't think I have anyone listening to me over there. But anyway, so anyway, we're here from the Laugh Factory. I'm here with Matt Lewis. Matt,
Hey.
what else? What else are we covering today?
The shows went well.
My shows went very well.
New Hartford Funny Bone.
Hartford Funny Bone.
Yes.
You know what's interesting about the shows?
Mhm.
I'm in this weird space in comedy.
Mhm.
Jamie Masada, the owner of Laugh Factory, had a little
Mhm.
talk with me
Mm.
about letting go, and just starting to just not censor myself.
Grip it and rip it.
Yeah, you just gotta go, and don't
Mhm.
worry about
Yeah.
if the audience is staring at you or not. I mean, one thing I know that Chappelle always says is, you got to be okay with the silence. you know.
Absolutely.
Me, I'm terrible with silence. I think if someone's plotting. With silence reminds me, I have a trigger.
Mm-hmm.
It's called my older sister.
Mm.
It just looks at me like, is she talking again? And that's what I'm afraid that audience.
You
when I
get
hear
you're getting
silence.
that look.
Yeah,
Because she was
like-
older sister.
Yeah, it's like it's
yeah.
my family.
Uh-huh.
I could have 100 specials. My sister still wouldn't watch them. She'd be like, ugh, my sister talking? I didn't think so. Yeah. She wouldn't even get to the tape. Why are you wearing that? I told you to do your special in a maxi dress. I'm like, I'm not wearing a maxi dress.
Mhm.
Sometimes as a woman, what you wear, and it does affect how people laugh at you. But anyway, boom.
That was my bad.
That was Matt on the mic.
Yes.
Don't move the mic.
Sorry. My bad.
But what happened which was interesting, was I was hitting really heavy topics. I was
Mhm.
hitting really heavy racial topics.
In Hartford. Yeah.
And they were staring at me. They were quiet.
Yeah.
I was very concerned about being canceled. But they bought a lot of T-shirts after the show, so I was like,
Yeah.
okay, all right, good, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can take it. I'll take it.
No, that's what they wanted.
Yeah, it's weird, because
Yeah.
in this cancel culture world, like I know it's weird. I haven't watched the Chappelle thing yet. I think it's too close to home. I get so worried. I get stressed.
Mhm.
Everyone's like, he did great. Everyone else is like, we're canceling. I'm like, who now? And he makes me nervous. I'm glad he pushes the envelope.
Yeah.
But he just seems like people are upset. I don't really know how to take it. I just sit there and watch the ping pong match. But it's like he's gonna say something. Here come the ping pong balls.
Yeah.
Sometimes but I do feel like sometimes I'm worried about what's going to come out of my mouth. Because sometimes I don't think I know really truly how I feel about a subject till I'm on the mic.
Yeah.
And that's a dangerous place to be.
Stage writing.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my God, I said that. Do I really? But oh my gosh, why did that come out of my mouth? Is that the truth? I think I feel that way. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope no one's recording this. I could be in big trouble. But that was how Hartford went. But I sold a lot of T-shirts, which is the best in the world, because I didn't have to pack extra stuff.
Yeah. No extra. No, you have to pay for an extra bag on my back, right?
Yeah. My friend Maurice is an amazing guy too. He's my friend Maurice. I've never met before. A Facebook supporter.
Okay.
And he's does this poetry slam things, poetry recovery. The guy is amazing. He does a lot of community work. And his name's Maurice Taylor. And so Maurice actually showed up with a portrait of my dog. Somebody made a portrait of Peppy, one of his people in his poetry recovery, who painted Giuseppe, which is pretty slamming. You know what I mean? To basically have like a portrait of your dog in the place. But I was like, how am I gonna get this thing home? But I sold a ton of T-shirts, and it was fantastic. So I'm happy about it. So don't worry. I got it on the plane, no extra charges, and I was still flying American.
Hell yeah.
But I was kind of nicer to them. I was ready to be all nasty, and then Karen was like, I got your ticket back. I was like, hey, I left you guys in your service. I'll take a credit card. Maybe I'll put you guys in. I can use more Sky Miles. Maybe I'll be nice to you.
Advantage.
Until you screw me again. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. You'll be on the road next week, so there's always another opportunity.
Yes, there is.
Absolutely.
Okay,
yes.
so what's next? What's on our agenda today? What happened in the news? I think I missed everything. Matt.
All right.
I wasn't paying attention. I was watching my Giants almost lose to the worst team in the league. That was painful. It's like, well, why are you going to try? Why are you going to try everything? You know what I mean? Why are you going to try every...
Yeah.
So there's a reason you don't try any play. The Giants were doing that. They're like...
Who did they have this week, dude?
They were playing the Texans. And they
they're
were
horrible.
messing up
Yeah.
to the Texans. Yeah, the worst team ever.
Mm.
I was sweating over the Texans. You know, that's a pretty bad thing. When you start sweating over the Texans, because New York teams will do that.
Mm-hmm.
They'll lose against a team they should never lose against. But then they'll beat a team they should never beat. And so that's part of being a New Yorker. Aside from my feeling like giving up my New Yorker card.
You're not doing that.
No, I'm going back. I'll never do that. But, you know, the rain and the bad food was just, you know, they don't know how to make a salad. Everything was drowned in dressing. I swear to God, it was tough.
Did the hotel have any food at the?
No, the hotel. Okay, let me tell you something. You go to like you stayed at Marriott.
Yeah.
Most of these places
nice hotel.
Nice, but they usually have like a little pantry or something. They have something you can go get some food. I go down there. I'm like, usually got like a lean cuisine, something I can have. No,
something easy. Yeah.
Not like 80 different flavors of potato chip. I was like, you know, you got 12 shelves. Not every shelf needs to be a potato chip flavor.
Mm-hmm.
But they had 80.
That's all they had.
That's all they had was potato chip. Wait, they had gummy bears on the side.
Oh, okay.
And they had ice cream.
They do pair well together.
They have ice cream.
Yeah.
They're apparently expecting a lot of potheads, but they had ice cream. So I'm like, I haven't been eating healthy. I'm trying to get my weight off. I'm in California. I need the choices.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I could think of, I was so hungry. I had Haagen-Dazs. I took the Haagen-Dazs ice cream vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
That was to me like diet food compared to what was there. So my diet food for the night was, well, the vanilla's cleaner. So the vanilla is cleaner.
It wasn't cookies and cream. That would have been heavier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
No fudge
So,
brownie in there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Something.
I get the
I don't
logic.
think they even had fudge brownie. They had just, I couldn't believe the food selection.
Well, I always think like, Haagen-Dazs vanilla would be the official flavor of Connecticut.
Oh, Haagen-Dazs vanilla, the official flavor of Connecticut. Thank you, Matt. That was very funny.
Thank
that was
you.
very
Thank
funny.
you.
I don't know if you all caught that, because we're not all piped into the same wiring, but that was a very funny comment. It's very Connecticut. It's a Connecticut flavor. In fact, if it was Ben and Jerry's, it would be the Connecticut. So,
like that. You want me to go with
let's
some
get on
news?
some topics.
All
Let's get on
right.
some news topics.
All right.
Has the country been saved? I can't.
We had the election.
I know, but it's continued. I can only do an election that they decide that night after waiting for Biden and Trump, who was going to win, Georgia and Arizona on the last run.
Oh yeah, for like 5 days.
Yeah, I think my nerves can't take it anymore. I haven't listened to the news since then.
Well, let's see. Well, the Senate
Yes,
is still going to be 50-50.
The Senate's still going to be 50-50.
Well, they have one more race.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I know. You don't have to tell me. Because I've gotten more emails and texts from Warnock
Oh yeah.
than from my own family.
Yeah.
Like, at least I feel like he cares about me. He
Uh-huh.
cares about where I'm at because
Okay.
he's been texting me like an ex-boyfriend. And I don't even vote in that state. Can you
Yeah.
do something? Can you give me $5?
Yeah.
Can you give me $5? He's like having a drunk uncle
You
that
did
always
we-
needs like a couple of bucks.
You did 1
Just
week.
$5. Just $5.
One weekend in Atlanta, and you're never going to get off that list.
Oh my gosh! I didn't even do 1 week. I don't
Well,
even know how I got
the
on that
punchline
list.
when you were at Punchline Atlanta, you're on.
Oh,
You're
that's
on now.
true.
You're on for
That-
now. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I did a show in Atlanta. I don't even remember.
Someone
I
has to keep
don't
track.
even remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what got me the New Orleans gig was Atlanta.
Yeah.
One show in Atlanta. Now I'm permanently on his list.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope he wins because I'm sorry, Herschel Walker. It's just like, oh my gosh, really? If white America really needs the token black guy to run
Uh-huh.
and trick America, could you find a guy that's at least a little like not so obvious? You know what I mean? Because they always have this. It's like they got to find a black candidate that
Mhm.
like the white people will still like,
Yeah.
and then he says something crazy.
Oh, he's one of the good ones.
Yeah, he's one of the good ones.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
says some craziness about
Yeah.
the bull that's out in the field. You hear that one? There's a bull that's out in the field. Then he has 3 cows, but then he sees 3 other bulls. Then he runs over 3 other cows, and he runs over to their property, and he's like knocked up 6 women. It's like he's the embarrassment, and this is what they think
Mhm.
that Black America is made up of, and then everyone's like, well, he's a great guy. I like him. We need a new token.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have needed one, but a homeboy who owned the bad pizza joint died.
Oh,
during
Kane,
COVID.
Herman Kane. Yeah.
Herman Kane is
Mhm.
gone. We need one more. They
Mhm.
just like to just keep recycling. And I think that Candace Owens
Oh yeah,
I think
that's what I got.
Candace
That's what I
Owens
got here.
is like me, and they're even like, yeah, keep talking, Candace. We're not picking you for anything. me, peep, peep.
Oh, that's what I got the first story about.
Oh, the first story.
Yeah,
Candace Owens.
this is
Okay.
Yeah, this is from Business Insider.
Business Insider.
Candace Owens said Trump's rudeness made her realize he's vengeful, paranoid, and lacks humility. That was the title. Candace Owens speaking on her Daily Wire show after the midterms that that former President Donald Trump being rude to her made her question for the first time what kind of person he is.
Okay, he was rude to her. You know what? Most of America is rude to her. This is like the first time I'm signing with Trump. No, I'm just kidding. But it's like first time in my life. He's rude to Candace Owens. She's like, well, he was mean to me, and now I'm rethinking. Has nothing to do with like, oh my gosh, really? That guy is like he does. And I know that there may be some Trump people here. I don't want to get into the Trump thing and turn people off, but he reminds me of a comedian that became a president.
Yeah,
he really does.
He's a performer. He's an entertainer. I mean, it's not my kind of entertainment.
Crazy about entertainer.
Yeah, not
but
my.
He's like a stand-up comic that won't shut up, that'll say anything, and everyone gets shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
He's an open micer.
He's an open micer. Either that or he's like, in a way, I didn't want to get a call in Chicago. That would be hilarious, right? He's like the Republican, like just keep saying stuff. Dave could run for president. Just say crazier stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, you know what, Dave? This is it. I've decided. Dave should run for president. He's a smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a smart guy. The country wouldn't be messed up. You know what I'm saying?
Ohio's a battleground state.
Yeah, Ohio's a battleground state. He just used to go out there and say crazier stuff because apparently saying crazy stuff does pretty well.
Yeah.
I need to say crazier stuff.
Maybe you should be president.
I know. I don't want to be president. I can't be that responsible. I should barely. They want anything. I can barely handle my credit cards. I don't even trust my own debt, let alone the nation's debt.
No, you don't think so? You don't
Even
think so?
with them all messing up everyone's debt, I still don't feel that. But come on.
All right. So this is switching gears from Variety magazine, much lighter topic. In the box office this week, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever,
Yes.
$330 million globally, and $180 million domestic in the debut. That is insane.
That is insane. And I told you.
Oh, yeah.
I was on the road. There's no movie theater by the place. I'm going to go tonight. I'm going tonight.
You're going
But
tonight?
he's not going to go see it.
There's a place
I'm
across
gonna
the
go
street.
tonight.
There's a place across the street. Shows
I know, but you're not going because you don't see superhero movies. I don't see superhero movies. This is not even. I don't even consider Wakanda though superhero. I just like this is how it's for real.
Yeah.
This is Africa. This is the motherland. I mean, come on, man. We built pyramids. How can we not have a Wakanda? That makes sense. And I know, white people are very, not all white people, there are some white people that are on the line about did the pyramids get built by black people even though they're in Africa?
Who else would have built it?
They've been pushing this, it's the aliens. They have been pushing this on every time I go on the road and I end up turning on that one channel, the History Channel. When did the History Channel
like in the hotel.
become like
the conspiracy
so
channel.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Who owns the History Channel? Have you noticed that?
Uh-huh.
Every time I turn on the History Channel, it's always now like there was some strange alien. They had their head shaped different. No, it was an afro.
Yeah.
The noses were wider. They had to be aliens. No, have you not seen like the Globetrotters?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was not. They all had weird looking space helmets from them. They were aliens that built. No, and they go on for hours. It was literally like 3 days on the History Channel of it's the aliens that built the pyramids. It couldn't be the Mayans that built the Aztecs. It's the same aliens. It just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. What were we talking about? Wakanda
Forever.
Yes.
Wakanda
so
Forever.
For me, Wakanda Forever
One-
isn't a superhero thing.
Well,
It's just real.
it's also one of the. It's also
That's just how fly we are. It's just real. Why did I do Puerto Rican?
a
But
little
no,
bit.
seriously.
It's also one of the biggest box office weekends for an opening weekend ever.
As it should be.
Yeah.
As it should be.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
yeah. I mean that's
Fabulous.
saying something. That's saying something.
Fabulous.
There we go.
Yeah, you need to go see it.
All right. Now,
Pretend it's not superhero. Just pretend it's real Africa. That's how I feel about it. I'm like, this is happening right now.
All right. On the other side of the entertainment industry,
On the other side.
in court this weekend, Harvey Weinstein's lawyer asked if the disgraced mogul could wear suspenders during his LA trial because his pants keep falling down. Sometimes that just writes itself.
That does write itself. Well, so Harvey Weinstein, his
Yes.
pants keep falling down in court.
Yes.
So, it keeps proving his case if his pants keep dropping. Is he handcuffed when he walks in?
Yes.
Is he dropping his
He's
pants?
in a
Is he
wheelchair.
handcuffed?
Yeah.
He-
Yeah.
So how down are they? That actually he's in a wheelchair and
Uh-huh.
his pants are still falling down.
Yeah.
That means somebody's opening them. He's doing something he shouldn't be doing in court. There's something very strange about that. Many things very strange about that guy, but yeah.
Yeah, this is during his New York trial.
During his New York trial.
Oh wait, no, L.A. This one. Okay. God, there's so many trials. When you have that many trials.
And can we do quick moments before in
Yes.
the news too? I don't know if people who are just on Instagram
Mm-hmm.
and TikTok and out there realize the impact of Mr. Bud Friedman.
That was the next one I had.
You did?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's perfect. So why don't you read what you were going to say about Bud Friedman? Because he's so important to what we do.
Absolutely.
And you want to talk about who's got rights to say what and how we do it? This is the guy who made it happen for all of us. We wouldn't be here without him.
Bud Friedman, founder of the Improv, dies at 90. The comedy club pioneer who founded the original Improv in New York in 1963 gave early career breaks to the likes of Jay Leno, Robert Klein, Bette Midler, Richard Pryor, and Andy Kaufman. Has died. He was 90. Died of heart failure at Cedars-Sinai. 3 years after Johnny Carson and The Tonight Show departed Manhattan for Burbank, Friedman opened a Hollywood outpost of the Improv on Melrose Ave. This first expansion of the brand, and now you see them in every.
Well, it was interesting. One of the best things, like my first experience with the Improv was in New York City, and the Improv in New York, that they still kept the legendary, I believe, like the fireplace area. But it's everything that we've done from and back then too. There's a lot of musical acts as well.
Yeah.
That he had a lot of impact over, because they had live music. It was the Improv brought everything together. So you're talking about from Andy Kaufman to even the Wayans family. Everybody was there. So, and Elaine Boozler, and I got to interview him once as a kid when I was doing Better Jester, and it was amazing. He was talking about Elaine Boozler being one of his top favorite 5 comedians, and in that it just was. He was talking about how she wasn't self-deprecating. And women were so often, all of them, historically in comedy, were self-deprecating. So
tried to make themselves. Oh, I don't want to upset the men.
Yeah, so it was always, I need a husband, I need a guy, I don't know what to do, and this and that. I'm not enough. And this one changed it all. So this one woman, Elaine Boozler, was able to just speak as a comic and not have to always put those mental shackles on her humor. So. He's also everything that we've done in the world of comedy. I mean, most of the comedians at that time play strip clubs.
Yeah.
So either there's a strip club or some live events, or it was like musicians and partial acts and weird little places. But to actually have a club where it's just comedians, and you get 5 acts and 6 acts all night long in stand-up comedy is just mind-blowing. So I'm super grateful.
He created one of the original platforms for stand-up comedians.
Yes.
And then obviously, like in the expansion, it was so many more opportunities for people.
Yeah, and then placed us in cities all over the country. So most of these places that you're seeing have some level of attachment to the Improvs, an extension of the Improvs.
You get Phoenix, Dallas, Denver, wherever. Yeah, absolutely.
So he's just an amazing life, and we're just all super grateful for Bud Friedman.
All right. Yeah. Amazing life, helped so many people, helped so many people in our industry. Okay, this is from NBC News. A legally blind Florida man was arrested when his cane is confused for a gun. The Columbia County Sheriff said the October 31st arrest of James Hodges, who was legally blind, was unacceptable. 2 of his deputies faced suspension without pay.
Oh, come on. You can attack a blind man with a cane, think he had a gun, and we all have to go, was he black? Come on, that he was.
That was one of the first questions. He was not. He was a white guy.
He was a white guy? Was his hair too kinky on the sides? Was his beard a little scraggly?
Yeah, he was 61.
He was 61.
Yes.
He might have had a little kink in his beard. Like, get him! They thought he had a gun?
Yes.
What is wrong with these people?
Yeah.
I think not only do we need cameras, but we need glasses. All these guys need eye checks.
He had to be arrested because he was a threat, clearly.
A blind
61-year-old man.
61-year-old man that got tackled. They got tackled? Did they break something?
They didn't do that. I don't think they, he was arrested.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
And accused of resisting an officer without violence. Basically because he wouldn't give his name or his ID.
Well, he shouldn't have to give his name.
Exactly.
He's probably like, dude, I might be blind, but I know I'm white.
Yeah.
I know I have rights. I shouldn't have to say anything. You can't just treat me like this. I mean, I'd have more respect if they arrested him for just getting beat with the cane, but they're just going to stop some random homeless. He wasn't homeless.
He wasn't homeless. He was walking.
He was a walking random blind guy with a cane.
He was leaving the courthouse
He was leaving a courthouse
because he was reporting for jury duty, and they had canceled it. And so he's who
are these people? So these cops. Which city was this?
It was Columbia County. It's Lake.
What state?
Florida.
In Florida.
Lake City.
What a shock. In Florida, they attacked some poor blind guy coming out of the courthouse. Oh, this is good. Well, he's gonna have some money on his.
Oh, dude, he's gonna
have a wonderful lawsuit.
He's gonna have.
That is crazy. How do you beat up a blind guy? So, like I'm telling you, people are just like, oh, you gotta like, I had this Uber driver. Which, who was lovely. He was a 9/11 rescue worker.
This in Connecticut?
Yeah, in Connecticut.
Yeah.
He said, he was a Marine and this and that, and I'm like, that's great. But, he starts to, like, getting into these questions with me, just like, I have a 5 a.m. flight, so it's 4:30 in the morning. And he decides to do that. Well, you don't really look black, so maybe I can ask you a bunch of questions that you can ask for the entire community. I need an answer right now. And he was like, don't you think, you notice it's suspicious that, like, after the George Floyd thing happened, like, now we don't hear anything?
From who?
Well, from the black community. You stopped talking, and I'm like, so who do you think runs the news? You're talking about news.
Yeah.
You're talking about what are you talking about? I think they just made it up. I think all of this is made up. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, how do you politely say, like, you can't in the middle of the night. This guy. Guy is driving me in the middle of the night, and he's asking me, and so what do you have to think? So do you really believe that, like, there's racism? There were these cops, and people killed the cops, and then nobody said nothing. What are we I'm like, what the hell does this got to do with, like, you actually think that all the black people in America
all conspired.
Are all conspiring.
Yeah.
All these millions of people, black and brown people, got together to conspire a story just to make white people give them free what? Because, like, they act like it's like, they act like, like, look, the airlines always like, you're just trying to get a free suitcase on this plane.
They give you a free drink or something.
What kind of free what?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I do not understand how some of these men, and it's usually men, but sometimes it's women too, have you get men and women of the light persuasion that do not believe that somebody in this country is having a different experience than them. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the abortion thing. You get the abortion and it's like, yeah, she wanted it, so now she's just trying to get out of it, and she's going to get out of it in 6 months. I say, I've never met a woman that was like, after the 3 months thing, that was like, you know what? Screw the term. I'm getting rid of it. I have never in my life even heard that conversation.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've never. I know women who've had it, and it's like they think it's serious.
It's an insane thing to say. Like, women are having the same. Women are making up this whole thing, and everybody who's Latino is just running here and is a bad hombre, which is still the bad hombre narrative.
I mean, like, most people coming in, most people wouldn't leave their country to go to another country, if it wasn't just because they were so desperate to feed their kids.
I mean, what I'm gonna do, because my life is so easy. I'm gonna pack up and I'm gonna run across. Because you know what, I'm living casual. And I think I'm gonna live for. And this is the best narrative. If you travel. If you travel across America, and they have these narratives that all the time that we're not doing, that women aren't. That Latinos that come to the country, people coming from South America, coming across the border, there's not enough room, we're full. Have you driven across this country?
I've been to Montana.
Oh my gosh, you could drive for days and there's nothing. Yeah. There is nothing. There is so much room. You know what? How about this? I'll be safe here. Take a. If you want to take a carriage and buggy and start a homestead over here. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Amazon will be there in 2 minutes. Amazon will be there like, hey, I need a house delivered tomorrow. Amazon will deliver your house. Do you know what I'm saying? There's so much room for people in this country. And they go, well, I want to destroy, this countryside and this, that. You know what? If you had some people that were like somewhere, that, you could start another Starbucks. Another Starbucks, so when I'm driving for 8 hours and there's nothing, I can at least have some Starbucks.
Yeah, you want a reason to get out, stretch your legs.
A reason to get out, stretch your legs. Yeah. Why not let people in? Exactly. I don't understand. They act like everybody who's coming in is just, trying to rob the white people. They're just coming here to rob you. And the same thing with this guy, the guy in the car. The
Uber driver.
Yeah, the Uber driver that's, hey, look, I'm not trying to say, I'm not a racist or anything.
Oh, did he
Why
look?
can't I say the N-word? I don't understand. Like, what do you need it for? Like, what is it in your everyday experience that you need? They get to use it? It's like somebody saying, like, I don't understand. Like, why do you think you have, like, why? Where in your, I know women that are like, white women that are like 66 years old, like, I don't understand why, if they say it, I can't say it. I'm like, what are you talking about? When do you need it? Are you writing a rap or something? Like, what do you, like, that's what scares me.
Like,
what do you need it for?
like
that you're hanging on to it that drastically.
Somebody's grandma's opening for the Wu-Tang Clan next weekend, and they absolutely need to use
yes,
that.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then this is really funny because my TikTok camera is leaning to the side now, and I kind of look like I'm in a film noir, like da-da-da-da. So anyway, next story.
All right. For 1 second here.
Okay, as you're figuring that, I'm going to take my water with my chia seeds.
Yes. Oh, you brought the chia seeds.
You know what?
Yeah.
I have become a chia seed drinker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to do an advertisement in the middle for chia seeds, but
But
really,
if they do want to throw us a few bucks.
they do want to throw us a few bucks. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Seed money.
I went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, "You have any chia seeds?" I got some chia seeds. It's supposed to make you stay hydrated.
Mm-hmm.
I drank more water
Mm-hmm.
than I've ever had. Well, because the chia seeds are kind of dusty. You're trying to get them down. You drink more water with chia seeds, but they're actually great. I put a bunch in the bottom.
Yeah.
I shake it up all the time. They're like it's like a nice little extra thing.
It's like extra fiber.
Here I am having my chia seeds when I'm in Connecticut with the salad that's drenched and the meat and the vanilla ice cream. Haagen-Dazs, the clean ice cream.
The clean
The
vanilla.
clean ice cream. At least it's clean ice cream. That's how healthy I was.
Maybe you felt the vanilla was cleaner. Maybe that's like internalized racism. I'm not sure.
Oh, stop. Just read the next topic.
So, from CNN,
CNN.
2 plus-size models say they were denied entry to a Los Angeles lounge, and no one wants to stand up for you. This is a national story on CNN.
Wait a minute. 2 plus-size models.
Yes.
Give it to me again.
Two models in Los Angeles are urging other curvy women to speak out on size discrimination after saying they were denied entry to a popular lounge because of their bodies.
They were 2 plus-size models were not allowed into a lounge in Manhattan.
No, Hollywood.
In Hollywood.
The highlight room.
Specifically.
The highlight
room.
The highlight room.
Oh, I'm never going out. I would never want, I could never have that happen to me. Could you imagine this? I'm like, and like, we're going to march with the plus size. I'm like, it might be too much exercise for me. No, it's kidding.
It's not gonna be. You're not gonna see that march.
Yeah, you're not going to see that march. It's like 2 plus-size models can't get into a club in Hollywood. They're going to sue the club.
Yeah.
They want to make sure the plus-size models get seen, and I think that's a fabulous thing. I think that's fabulous. But oh my gosh, the shame of not being able to get into a club because of what weight? And then you're going to have to, then like, will we even march over that? I think we should march. I think every woman that hits any kind of plus size, we should march.
Okay.
Maybe a short march. We'll just go around the corner.
Yeah. Okay.
Just go around the corner again and again. Look, there's a Denny's on the other side of the corner. Just walk around the corner. Go walk around. I guess that'd be me.
I wasn't
I
gonna
need a snack. I need a snack. I'm gonna march one more time. Can I get a stop? Get a BLT. And I'll go back around. Is there an Astroburger on this corner? Depends on what's the corner. I'll march with you.
Yeah.
Just but that's humiliating. And that's awful. And that is welcome to Hollywood. And if you're a plus size model, what do you do as a plus size model? Like you're gonna tell you no? You're like, dude, I'm on the cover of Eats. Sorry. I can't help it.
I
Look,
get it.
and
Here
it's
we
like,
go.
okay.
Here's
I
what
mean
she
to body shame. They get this butt. Go on, read it.
In the moment it hurt because we have such a great following online, said Ella Halikas. I have almost 600,000 followers on TikTok, but the second this happens in real life, everyone is silent. No one wants to stand up for you.
No one does want to stand up for you. I don't know. I'd stand up for them. I'm like, why are you not letting them in the club?
Yeah.
That's stupid. Because the clubs serve food. Kidding. No, it doesn't. Sometimes you don't even need to go into a club. Like if I got to the club and I'd be like, do they even serve food? Why am I there?
Yeah.
And they don't let plus sizes people in there? Like, why would they not? No, I'd not. Seriously, it's awful. The body shaming is awful. I'm glad that they're plus size models. That don't make people hate themselves. Thank God there's plus size models.
Yeah, because that's a recent thing.
Yeah, it's a recent thing.
Yeah.
And I wish that the narrative was different. I can't believe they got thrown out of the club, but I can. It's Los Angeles. That's the stuff they care about. This is this city. You know what I mean? I wonder what else they're stopping. But that's crazy. Could you imagine? I hope they got that on tape.
I'm sure. Well, I'm sure if
Somebody was.
I'm sure they. I'm sure they got the. I'm sure they were streaming it.
Yeah, they need to. I need to look that one up. Shoot,
Yeah.
that's good drama. That's the good drama. Sorry, it's not bad drama, but it's good drama because it's about like progress.
Mhm.
You know, there was no like battle or fight or anything.
Yeah.
All right, continue.
All right. Next story. Of course, we're gonna have a pop-up window here. Give me
Yeah,
one second.
exactly.
This is from Marca, Marca, news source. King Charles was unaware Meghan Markle was biracial, says royal author. After meeting her the first time and talking, he still was not aware.
Of course, he was always like, she's black.
No.
Done. She's black.
He didn't-
She's black. She's black. She's black. She's black. Oh, there's somebody white in there. Oh, too bad. You know what? Because he's old enough to know. He's old enough.
He's not. He's 90 years old now.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing.
Or, no,
you know,
no, he's not 90.
If
yeah.
back in
70s.
before my generation,
Mhm.
if you were black by 1/16th, you were black.
Mhm.
So it didn't really matter. Nobody really counted the white blood thing. The white blood counting as a biracial
Mhm.
is a very late concept in the world.
Mhm.
So it's almost like people who are like from like the 90s up or or 2000s up are like, no, you're biracial. But that whole concept
It was a
before
black.
then, it was just black.
Yeah.
So historically, and if he's 90 years old, he's like, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares if she's biracial? She's still black and she shouldn't be in my castle. Get that Negroid out of my castle. That's his thing. That's gonna be his thing. So he's like, okay, so she's got one white parent and he's struggling. And you know how classist everything is with the Brits.
Mhm. Especially
So-
a royal family.
Yeah, royal family. I think he might have been just as upset about the redneck father.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
Yeah. So his quote, not that it would have mattered. I'm doing it in a British accent.
You do it in British
Not that it would have mattered at all, of course, Charles allegedly said to a friend.
Of course it did. Wouldn't matter because she's still a Negroid. Does not matter. It does not matter if she has white blood. Don't they all have white blood? They've had white blood for 400 years, so they should treat it the same way. Why would that matter? That's not going to make me change how I feel. See, when you hear it from a different ear,
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean? White people are like, oh, it's so nice it didn't matter.
Aw.
When you come from,
Yeah.
come from that world, and all of a sudden you hear that, you go, didn't matter. Didn't matter because he had us all under the same umbrella. Okay, next topic.
Let's see.
Prince Charles. This is why this is why she lived so long. She was just like, I'm going to try to outlive my son, and do not think my country is in good hands if I leave that hooligan in place.
All right. This is the last one I got. This is,
Okay, last story.
From Romper, Jerry Seinfeld apologizes for uncomfortable sexual aspect in B movie from 2007. Jerry Seinfeld has issued an apology for an awkward aspect of B movie some 14 years after it premiered in 30s during an appearance on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
He had to apologize? Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Seinfeld apologized? Whoa, hold on. Seinfeld issued apologies? Oh my gosh, I'm getting in line. Oh, I am ready to get in line. Seinfeld apologized for a movie of something that happened back then? I cannot wait till we get him to apologize for the movie that I actually made that he shut down. Oh, goody. Get me in line. Now, was it on Fallon or Kimmel? Who was it?
This was on Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, Jimmy Fallon. Oh
Yes.
my God, I'm going to have to go. I'm going to go and get my Seinfeld movie or my Seinfeld
Yeah.
incident in my film that got
Okay.
shut down and buried my career.
Mhm.
And that's why now I'm just starting a podcast all these years later and trying to restart my comedy career. Because let's get real right here.
Uh-huh.
This is the reason why I was upset. Okay, all these years later, they go by, and I'm very, very grateful for the jobs I'm getting, but my pay has not raised since I was in my 20s.
Mhm.
Okay, so and I had been taken out of my career for 15 years.
Mhm.
Okay, I've lost my career. Okay, so now here I am restarting this all. And then the guys who actually really put the screws to me
Mhm.
to make sure that I didn't work, are all like, oh, hi, nice to see you, Maya.
Oh, hey.
They're all millionaires,
Mhm.
and I'm sitting here scrounging.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm kind of happy that some of these guys go, well, maybe I'll issue an apology, but none of them
Mhm.
really, for the stuff that has gone on, the stuff they do to women in comedy, nobody's really stepping up. I know female comics have been beaten up. I know female comics have been raped on the road. I know female comics got shut down, buried, all kinds of stuff. And they're still getting up, and they're still trying to be funny. And everyone, and like, you get lucky if you get a thank you, a public thank you from anybody, or some kind of weird, inappropriate thing, get nothing. The only time these guys are going to get in trouble is if they run for office and someone goes back and says, here's a female, you totally destroyed her career. destroyed her life.
The Al Franken thing. That's about the only time.
The only time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got people right now that are like trying to be so nice to me, who damaged my career for over a decade. Over a decade trashed me. And now they're my best friends.
Aww.
Yeah. But they don't want to help me get a job or nothing. They don't want me to be in a good position.
Yeah.
They won't sit there and be like, hey, you know what, Maya? I feel really bad that I screwed you over, but I don't want you to screw me over now because you can, because people are asking me questions, asking questions about me. So would you like to come forward and say these things? I'm not like, well, should I do something? Could you possibly help me get into the club? No, I'm not going to make a phone call, for you to actually get an audition. Not even to get me into the club.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you help me get an audition? Can you help me get an audition? Maybe I won't like rat you out the way you tried to destroy my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to help you that far. But and you're on your own. You're on your own. Just start over. It's okay. Start over. Get the same pay. It's okay. And maybe we'll be nice to you. Maybe you can come to the party once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
You can come to the party.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to help you. We're not going to help you make $1. They don't help you make $1. All the women that have been run over by these guys in this business, and I probably have more tire tracks on my back than probably any female comic.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here still in the struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting here every day pulling myself up to get up and get something done. And here I am working, and then you got to hear from some like mogul. It's great, like the freaking
billionaire.
Yeah, billionaire. Oh, I feel like I should apologize. I'm telling you, I got guys who are like, I'm going to destroy you because you haven't slept with me.
Yeah.
I'm going to destroy you. I don't. You know what? I'm still nice to them. I'm still nice to them. I got guys that call me all kinds of stuff. That do all kinds of stuff. You cancel one of these dudes, they're crying. They got $1 million in their pocket. Oh well, I didn't really mean to do that illegal act.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I got $1 million. But why did they cancel me? My life is so hard. You got $1 million. You got $1 million to be canceled on. Try my life.
Mm-hmm.
When you got no money, you get canceled. You're about to have some stuff, and a bunch of guys box you out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you're funny. You're as funny as them, and then you still won't. But you want your self-respect. So will you end up with self-respect, no career, starting from scratch, and have a little bit of faith? That's basically where I'm at. But like, dude, really? You guys gotta get real. I'm sorry, but the male comics gotta get real. Like, they can't handle anything. I know one female comic did a show with a bunch of guys, and she's a little snappy and I go, you can't do this with these guys. They will destroy you. She's like, no, I can snap back. I'm gonna snap back. They boxed her into a corner so bad at this job. And she's in her 20s. And I'm like, man, it's the same thing. It's the same. She called me up like, I can't believe you told me about this. I can't believe, you can't say anything because they will cut you.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I didn't even make a joke. I made it like a light quip. Their egos could not handle it. Their egos threatened her that we will get you thrown off the show if you actually make a joke back after we've just punked you, humiliated you, and tried to make you look stupid in front of the owner.
There's a lot of fragile dudes.
It's a business of fragile dudes.
Absolutely.
And you'd think that all these decades would have gotten better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, God bless Jerry Seinfeld for stopping, for saying, oh, I'm just sorry for that. Meanwhile, I'm still sitting here after making a film with my bare hands, shooting, cutting, hundreds of hours, 2 years, every penny that I had, and still fighting for my property with a finished film that's still got a rave over Seinfeld's movie. And it's sitting there like, people are like, well, you apologize. And all the guys that were actually in my film, they wanted, I'm just done. I'm done. Then good for you. Good for you. It's so hard to apologize. It's so hard to get canceled off of one network, even though there's another network that will pick me up. It's so hard that people, man, you ain't walked in my shoes. You don't know how hard it is. Walked in your shoes. Dude, your shoes cost like $3,000.
Dolce & Gabbana.
Try to have you, and you haven't walked in my shoes to Giorgio. You don't know the hell I've been through. Please, dude. I can step up, I can roll, I can be as funny as you guys. I've survived the Apollo's Def Jams. I've survived when people yelling white bitch get off the stage. I've survived all of that. And you're going to sit here, and that's nothing compared to sexual harassment suits at the radio stations, making national news, getting canceled out of everything, getting attacked by male comics that turn around and say, oh, I slept with you. Well, I would have never slept with him, and the guy who I didn't sleep with, and he didn't sleep with, I didn't sleep with nobody. And then I get canceled? Are you kidding me? Just please. That's all I got to say. So anyway. The guinea pig has passed on.
The guinea pig has passed on. We're thankful for Karens.
We're thankful for Karens.
Some Karens.
I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful, and I'm grateful to all, Karen, my personal Karen. I'm grateful to you. I'm grateful to my best friends, Heather, and all the people, my church, my background, my faith, that make me get up after all the times I've been run over to survive these people. And if there's anybody else, because here's the thing, that guy Maurice I told you about, who showed up on the show. He told me that I need to actually probably start to talk to people, let them know that I have I'm technically under the domestic violence survivors umbrella in California, in the state. He's like, because you don't know how many women you can help. He had me go online and start to talk to some women and join some of these groups to talk to them. And some lady was going through it, and I was able to be like, I'm gonna have much, but I'm gonna send you something. Like, people literally are going through it, and we're sitting up here worried about like who says this and who's canceled off of that, and who's, you know what? There's so much good that can be done.
Absolutely.
You know, people talk about like Richard Pryor and his addiction and all this other stuff that he went through and all his problems. This is a dude who bought people houses, who helped people in the community. People don't talk about that. They'll talk about stuff that's so surface. And that's why, like, to me, I'm like, I've been through enough, and I don't mind it. I know I'm going to have a lot more I still got to go through, but I'm just grateful that I have people that keep the faith and stay in front of me saying, you need to just get up, and you need to just be confident and be positive and know that, like, you do right, things will work out. And I'm grateful to be back at Laugh Factory. I can't believe I'm on the billboard at Laugh Factory, that I come down here and this is my home. This is the blessing. I'm grateful, but I'm done, with feeling like I can't speak. Everybody else gets edited, and that I can't speak about my drama and trauma.
Your story,
and comedy,
what's real.
because it's still going on for other women. So being quiet, I don't think it helps. You know what I mean? It doesn't help.
If you want to keep it quiet to yourself, that's fine, but you shouldn't be obligated to.
Well, the fact,
for other people.
Yeah, no, I feel like for me to be able to get a young female comic to call up and say, this is what's going on, what do I do? I'm like, look, I could say, just hold your head high, but be smart. You've got to be real smart on this, because these guys don't want you around. This is how women get canceled at jobs. They get canceled at jobs, Matt, because they know too much, because they turned down a guy, because they didn't say something that somebody wanted them to say, because they have some knowledge, and they go, you know what, let's not have it uncomfortable, so let's get rid of her. And that's real hard, because then you're like, I'm trying to do the right thing, I don't deserve this, and then I lost my job 2 weeks after I reported this, or blah, 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 and then nobody moves forward because no one comes forward. So that's how I feel. I'm just grateful. That's it. And I'm grateful that some people are saying, stand up and share, so people can actually get up and survive. I've gotten up. Good stuff is happening. I'm grateful. But, Jerry Seinfeld, got a lot more apologizing to do. A lot of other people.
Right.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
We got this weekend? Weekend?
I'm Sandman's Comedy Club in Richmond, Virginia. I'm coming out there to Richmond. I love that club. That guy is... I've been meeting such angels in the business.
I saw the video of the place. It's it looks
gorgeous.
Looks gorgeous.
The guy is the owner, Sandman. Lovely people. I'm so grateful for the lovely people that I know.
December 2nd and 3rd?
December 2nd and 3rd, I'm at the Improv. I finally made it to the Improv. I'm in the Denver Improv. I'm so excited.
It's happening.
It's happening, but it's a fight.
Yeah.
You know what? As I feel like, that's why I like watching football. Because I like seeing guys like, there's no way this team is coming back. They keep getting sacked. They just keep getting up and going. So it's got to keep getting up and going.
People want to follow you?
$1 Million Maya. Follow Matt Lewis.
The Fun Matt Lewis. $1 Million Maya. Instagram, TikTok.
Yep. We'll be back next Monday.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you.
Are we off?
Turn that off.
I did. I hit stop recording.
Stop